Hi guys, so today I'm doing a Metal Gear Solid inspired tutorial. Yes, this is gonna be a long one, so I hope you guys are ready for it. And if you like it, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. As you can tell, I'm excited! So for this one, half of his face is like covered in metal and the other half is not. And since he is a video game character, obviously he's not gonna have any dark circles, so cover all that up. And I used one of my favorite concealers and just blended it out with my finger. And then instead of putting foundation on my whole face, because I know that I'm not going to need it everywhere, I just focus it on the top half of my face and right above my lip, because the top lip's not going to have anything, but everything from your lower lip down is going to be covered in metal gray goodness. So, to start this off, we're going to start by drawing his, he has like I want to say like a scarf or something covering his eye. And if you are smart, you will cover your eye with like an eye patch, using spirit gum to hold it there, or some type of latex, tissue paper, anything. I didn't think of logistics when I was doing this, so yeah. And what you're going to do is just draw that shape out, and if you have to make it bigger, whatever, you can, because this is just kind of like a sketch. And then what I did on the other side of my face is I started drawing where I wanted kind of the metal metallic awesomeness to come in, just to give me a basic shape to work with, and so I could see kind of what I was doing, if that makes sense. So one of the easiest ways to do this, hands down, is if you have a picture that you can stare at the whole time, because there's a lot of intricate pieces on like this face mask that he has, and believe me, I've never played the game, shame on me, I know, but I mean, I think you have to be a super hardcore fan to perfectly memorize exactly how that looks, so this will definitely help you out, because this look is already difficult enough. And then what I started doing is just drawing out these 3D shapes, kind of like when you draw a cube when you were in school, doing that just to give it a more 3D effect, so I kind of have my groundwork. And then I started drawing shapes and things based on what I saw and based on what I thought it might look like, because I couldn't see the sides of his face. It was a face-forward picture, if that makes any sense. You'll see the picture that I was looking at in my blog, link down below. And then here, I just started shading in the parts that I knew were going to be like this base gray color that I was just going to add shadows and highlights to later to give it more dimension. And then I also started shading a little bit in places where I saw that I was going to have to do a little bit of like gray shading, not black. So yeah. And then I started filling in that like thing, masky thing, I don't know. If you guys can think of the names for it, let me know. But if you have a bigger brush, that's awesome. Just make sure that it has a fine point so that way you can get close to the edge and not have to worry about that, like messing it up or anything. And this is what it should look like, sort of. And yeah, I did the same thing I did on one side to the other side, and I started drawing in this U shape, because he does have kind of like, almost like his jaw is made out of metal. So then I started coloring in the bottom part gray and then drawing in these little lines for the teeth, because why not? As you can see, for this tutorial, I was a little scatterbrained just because it's a lot to take in for just the picture, and then trying to translate that into your face was a little hard, but take it one step at a time and it'll make things a whole lot easier. So here I'm just focusing on the teeth, shading a little bit to make it look more realistic. I've also shaded in some parts that were going to be gray because I said so. And here is where I start doing a little bit of my darker shadow shading. So I did this black right here because I wanted to make it look like this is legit a piece of metal sticking out of my face. I thought it looked pretty cool, just saying. Of course, what you do to one side, you do to the other, and then I started shading on the jaw. This was my favorite part for some reason. I thought it came out awesome. And if when you blend with your brush, it's not coming out blended enough, you can always use your finger. No shame in that. I would rather use my finger, get my fingers messy, and have things look perfect than trying to blend things out with a brush and having it look stupid. So just like you shaded your chin, you're going to shade the scarf wrap thing just to make it look a little bit more 3D, a little bit more realistic. And I also started coloring in like wrinkles in there, like kind of like if it was a piece of fabric that wasn't like super tied onto his face. And you can just blend that out. Right now I'm just doing the shading and a little bit, I'll show you guys what the highlighting looks like. But he also has like really big screws that you can see coming out the sides, so I just drew black circles. And I started adding a little bit more dimension in other places, because, you know, yeah. I feel like this song fits this tutorial perfectly for some reasons. I feel like I'm building a machine. And then if your dog is bothering you and you forget to turn your camera back on when you fix whatever he wanted, yeah. So that's why everything's like half done now. But like I said, anything that you shade, you also want to add a highlight, just because hello, yin and yang. And if you have something that is receding, there is going to be something that's a little bit higher. And to show that, to give it more contrast, you want to highlight just like you want to contour. It's just like doing makeup on your face, except in weird robot shapes. And he also had like almost like gray smoky eyeliner, so I just smudged a little bit, blended it out with my finger, bam, I'm ended. Yeah. And to add a little bit more fun, for me anyway, because I love this eyeshadow, I added a little bit of silver eyeshadow just to make my highlights stand out a little bit more, because why not? Personally, I had so much fun with this look. I think it came out amazing, and I love it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and what you want to see next. But back to the tutorial. So he also had like little dots, kind of like I guess extra bolts on his forehead. So I drew that, and then I mixed my foundation with a little bit of the gray eyeshadow, or gray cream mixture thing. And I started drawing little circles around it just to give it a little bit of depth. And then he had like a line coming out of that that goes into his eye patch thing. But yeah, so when you're done, this is what it should look like. Hopefully you covered your eye, because that kind of defeated the purpose of this look. He only has one eye sticking out, and I forgot about that. But I did have a lot of fun doing this tutorial. If you guys actually stuck around to the end, I give you props. I really do. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked it. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to see what comes out on my channel next. If you want to see something specific, let me know. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!